Welcome to this final episode of our 2017 Death Valley adventure. In it, we visit a few more of the must-see sites in the valley before heading home. Alright, we are leaving Stovepipe Wells, a campground. Basically a giant gravel parking lot, but the view is stunning. We're now looking at the east side of the valley. When we pulled out of the Stovepipe Wells parking lot, we were looking at mountains that were just south of Stovepipe. And we're working our way through these little hills here, going over to Furnace Creek. Elevation, sea level. It's all downhill from here. Our first stop is at the Harmony Borax Works. William T. Coleman built the Harmony Borax plant in late 1883 and began to process ore early in 1884. The processed borax was loaded into a pair of huge wagons that were drawn by a 20-mule team 165 miles from the mine near Furnace Creek to Mojave. It took 10 days one way to make the trip. Furnace Creek Visitor Center. This is where we're going to meet Frenchie and Bruce. The Visitor Center is worth a stop. The temperature sign has space for 3 digits. We are continuing to drop down into Badwater, which is even farther below sea level. You can see there's very little vegetation in this area. You can see all the sun reflecting off the glass of the different vehicles, so we're coming up to some sort of a tourist trap. This is probably Badwater Basin. Welcome to Badwater Basin. At 282 feet below sea level, Badwater is the lowest point in the continental United States. Okay, up there on that hill is a sign that says sea level. We are now at Badwater Basin. That little deck down there is the lowest spot in the continental U.S. Salt Road. So many people have walked on it.
Salt?
These are salt flats, but...
We are just following along the edge of the salt flats between the mountains and the flats. Okay, we are turning onto West Side Road, which, as you can see, is dirt. The wind was blowing when we stopped to look at the wildflowers on the West Side Road. Okay, we are on West Side Road. It's fairly washboard.
You said that we're going to be crossing an area of soft sand. Keep up the momentum, don't get stuck.
We just turned off onto Butte Valley Road, heading for Warm Springs Canyon.
All the flowers are welcome to see them because they're so small. You got to get all the way down on your belly.
Bushes are in bloom. Lots of pretty yellow flowers. We are at Warm Springs Mine. We can camp up here, and the good thing is that it's 2:20. So this is pretty good. I might be able to get a nap this afternoon. In the 1930s, Louise Grantham and a prospector nicknamed Siberian Red started the Grantham Mine. It produced over 830,000 tons of talc, making her one of the most financially profitable women in Death Valley. And this stuff is called mallow. This is on the climb up to Warm Springs. And that's the Warm Springs Falls. Due to the availability of water from Warm Springs, a gold mine was set up to process the ore. There are many remains of the mining operation in the area. To keep the miners happy and comfortable during the summer heat, a swimming pool was constructed. Good morning. It is Saturday the 25th. We're heading up to Goler Wash and going out the west side. Moved into a different rock layer. We worked our way up into another valley. This valley up here has little purple flowers all over the place. Up ahead, you'll see the road heading across the valley that leads to Mengel Pass. That's a closer view of Striped Butte. It is pretty impressive. We're coming up to the Geologists Cabin. Bumpity bump, bump, bump. The stone geologist cabin was built in the 1930s by Asa Russell, aka Panamint Russ, as a place to stay while he was working his nearby claim. Located by Anvil Spring, it is a prominent landmark in the Butte Valley area. The cabin has a fantastic view of Striped Butte in the valley below. Very nice. This is inside the geologist cabin. We are working our way up Mengel Pass.
Here we are close to Mengel Pass, in a little canyon shy of it. Larry's driving.
Hi there.
And this is Bruce. And that's where it gets a little tippy.
And Bruce is riding shotgun.
Start turning to the right. Turn to the right. Okay, there we go. You did it. Now, do you think he'd have any trouble with his trailer?
He might. He was going slow enough, he should be okay.
This is where I started to feel a little light. What are you thinking right now?
He's a little stiff.
What, are you thinking about lunch?
No, I'm focused on the road.
I think it's just straight over. A little bit slight right, but not much. Slight right.
Here's Miner navigating around the boulders that I just went around. Alan is working his way up the hill that I just went over. There you go.
Anybody want to come up and watch me, or?
And we've got another big boulder field to navigate.
I think I need a spot, but you can come take some pictures.
Okie dokie. Now I'll try this.
Straighten it up. Come forward. Come forward. Keep coming, you got it. Okay, go slow. Okay, your approach is good. Come on forward. Come forward. Okay, hold that for 1 second.
And this is where I broke a valve stem and had to be winched the rest of the way up the hill.
Back up just a little bit. A little more. Hold it, hold it.
And we are moving again after we got me winched over the high spot and changed my tire. We are on the way down the backside of Mengel Pass. We are down off of Mengel Pass and we're headed for Barker Ranch. This is where they caught Charlie Manson. This is Barker Ranch. Built by the Thompsons in the 1940s, Barker Ranch was originally used as a mining and recreational property. In 1955, It was sold to Arlene Barker. In 1969, it became infamous as the home of Charles Manson and his family. In 1994, the ranch was incorporated into Death Valley National Park. And we are now heading for Goler Wash. As you can see, lots of greenery. There must be a lot of water in here. And there's some right there.
Big rock formation to your right. That's a little different.
Looks like piled up whipped cream. Looks like there's somebody camping here. I can see a top of a trailer. No, that is junk. And we are still in Goler Wash, and we're going to snuggle up next to this rock wall. Goler Wash is similar to Titus Canyon in that they are both riverbeds that run between steep canyon walls. Unlike Titus Canyon, Goler Wash can be driven in both directions, making it more accessible. There you go, now you can see. We still got a long way to go down. You can see the mountains on the other side. And just about out. We are at a flat spot south of Ballarat, right outside Goler Wash, and this is the view of our campground. Later on in the evening, we could see a rainstorm in the Goler Wash area. We were glad that we did not drive through it. Good morning. Today is Sunday, our last day of the official trip. We're headed north across the salt flats towards Ballarat. You can see the tailing piles from the mines directly ahead of us. And there is water to our left. Welcome to Ballarat. Founded in 1897 as a supply point for the mines in the canyons of the Panamint mountain range behind it, Ballarat had over 500 residents a year later. The settlement was where the miners went to blow off some steam and relax after a hard day in the mines. Man, it is just gorgeous out here. The roads are bumpy, lots of dust, but we're in a desert and just great. Just loving it. We're now back on the pavement, headed for Stovepipe Wells and the end of the trip. We're on the way to Mesquite Springs. We'll get on Highway 190 and head to Stovepipe Wells. And to get to Stovepipe Wells, we gotta go over the mountain range. Here again, you can see the different rock layers really easily. This is a beautiful drive up and over. Dropping down this hill, there's these little whoop-de-doops that you go over, like this one. And then when you go up to the top, you have no idea what's on the other side. Totally blind. Little spooky.
Larry, are you going to stop before Stovepipe Wells?
I'm going to stop at the grocery store. Good morning. I left Stovepipe Wells about 9:20 this morning. I'm on Mesquite sand dunes, right outside of Stovepipe Wells. Well, I'm now above sea level, and I'm coming up to the turnoff that I want to take. And I'm headed for Ubehebe Crater, the giant hole in the ground, for lack of a better term. We'll find out more about it when we get there. I'm working our way up to Ubehebe Crater. Oh, those mountain colors on the backside, just gorgeous. And if I was not solo, or if I actually had a spare tire, I would go on the racetrack road. Ubehebe Crater is a volcano, or was a volcano at one time, and we'll get to the top here and be able to look down its throat. I'm at Ubehebe Crater. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Ubehebe Crater is 2,000 years old, 1/2 mile across and 500 feet deep. You can walk around the rim or take the trail to the bottom. Coming down off of Ubehebe Crater, I head back pretty much the way I came. I'm going to go check out the campground by the Grapevine Ranger Station. You know, I just love the rock formations and the colors. They are just so fine. Welcome to Mesquite Springs Campground. The wind is blowing about 20 miles an hour. This is my camp setup for tonight. Good morning. It is Tuesday, and I am leaving Mesquite Springs Campground. And now I am headed for Las Vegas to meet Ann. We'll spend a couple days there. That is quite the sandstorm that's going on down there in Furnace Creek. You can click on the links below to watch another of our videos. You can use PayPal to make a donation to help support the creation of more videos on this channel. The link is in the description below. We appreciate your comments and feedback. Thank you for watching.